Are you hungry for the latest news and trends from the internet? Welcome to What's Cooking on the Internet, your one-stop shop for discovering the hottest digital delights. Hit that subscribe button and let's get cooking.
Caitlin Clark's All-Star snub. A viral laugh, a bigger chat. Ever wonder if all the buzz around Caitlin Clark, even when she's not playing, says more about us than it does about her game? What's your take? So Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever guard, isn't in the All-Star game, but word is she's actually laughing about a viral photo. That little detail? It actually kicks off a huge conversation about today's sports, how the media scrutinizes everything, and what it's really like to be a pro athlete. Her not making the All-Star team really got people talking, showing that gap between what fans want and what the league decides. We tend to put our own hopes on athletes, building stories that don't always match up with what the pros think. It makes you wonder, what even is an all-star, especially for a rookie under such a huge microscope? Is it just about how they're playing right now, or does popularity totally factor in these days? This whole chat isn't just about one spot on a tee, and it's about how we decide who gets recognized in a league everyone's watching. But despite all the chatter, Clark actually found the funny side of a viral pic, choosing to laugh instead of getting mad. In this age of constant online scrutiny, it's so humanizing when an athlete can just laugh at themselves or a situation. It's a good reminder that beyond all the stats and headlines, these are real people dealing with massive pressure. Her reaction shows how public figures can take back control of their story, even for a second, just by having a lighter outlook. It also makes you think, how do we, as fans, add to or ease that pressure with what we do online? Her staying in the news, even without an all-star spot, just shows how huge her cultural impact really is. This whole thing goes way beyond just basketball stats. It highlights how sports fame is changing, where a player's influence and their story can sometimes matter more than their traditional numbers. We're seeing a shift. Here's someone's personal journey, their bond with fans, and their overall cultural footprint are becoming just as big as their points per game. It makes you think about what really gets people hooked on sports these days and how we, as an audience, actually shape these stories with our attention and conversations. Her finding humor despite all the intense public attention gives us a peek into how athletes handle that crazy scrutiny. That constant spotlight on big-name players, especially rookies, can be brutal. It brings up big questions about mental health and how players stay grounded. Her just having a laugh is a quiet reminder that strength often comes from inside, and sometimes the best way to deal with all the outside noise is just to find a moment of personal fun. It makes us think about the real human toll of intense fame and how we can create a more supportive space for people under that kind of pressure. So, in the end, Caitlin Clark's All-Star snub and her reaction to that viral moment really give us something to think about. They show how tangled up athletic performance, public opinion, and today's nonstop media really are. When we're scrolling through sports news, maybe we should ask ourselves, are we actually appreciating these athletes for what they do on the court, or are we just hooked on the stories we build around them? Her simple laugh? It's a reminder that even when the stakes are sky high, there's always space for a real, human moment.